So today we get to see one of the biggest matchups of the WNBA season, and we get to see, later on tonight, we get to see Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever hoping to win games in back-to-back. Like, they will have played 7 games in 11 days? 7 in 11 days. Whereas some teams have played 3, some teams have played 4 games. It's crazy how many games the Fever are playing to start of the season. But they are playing against the Las Vegas Aces, who are arguably the best team in the world, who are after coming off a loss to the Connecticut Suns. Or not the Connecticut Suns, sorry. I mixed up the Connecticut Suns because it was Phoenix Mercury, Phoenix Suns. Mixed the two of them up. I mean, like, look, they have Kalia Copper, who's put up 35 nearly, or is 30 plus in back-to-back games, or 35 plus in back-to-back games. A crazy start to the season for her. And right now, obviously, there are other games going on. The Minnesota Lynx are destroying the New York Liberty. Like Collier, who's averaging 26 a game, isn't even doing much. It's just literally everyone on the Lynx is scoring right now. It's currently 15 points in second quarter. But the other big game tonight is another test for Angel Reese, because she's coming up against the best team record-wise as of right now in the WNBA, in the Connecticut Sun. The Connecticut Sun are a really good team. We've seen them twice against the Indiana Fever. They've got, obviously, Alyssa Thomas. They've got Dewana Bonner. And they've got Carrington, who's just going to be an unbelievable defender. So they're going to be really, really tough. And Caitlin Clark is not, or not Caitlin Clark, sorry. Angel Reese is not going to have it easy tonight, probably matching up to Alyssa Thomas. Like, she did a really good job on the MVP and Breanna Stewart. But now she has to match up to Alyssa Thomas. But the biggest game of the night is probably the Aces against the Fever. So you've got Caitlin Clark off the back of a win coming up against the Aces, who are a really good team. Not only is she going to be coming up against her former Iowa teammate in Kate Martin, which is going to be interesting, she's also coming up against Aja Wilson, the probable best player in the world. As well as that, they've got Kelsey Plum as well. Kelsey Plum, surprisingly enough, like a lot of people when they were saying, like, with how good Kelsey Plum is, she was terrible as a rookie. Like, Kelsey Plum was a number 1 pick. She was the last, like, player that they were saying was as hyped, when a lot of people that really liked the detractors for Caitlin Clark coming into the league were like, well, we saw this with Kelsey Plum in 2017. Almost the same hype. It's like, one, it wasn't nearly the same hype. Like, Kelsey Plum was not getting people to pay $150 to go to a WNBA game, which is actually the price. To go to game 1 of the finals last year, it was $45 was the cheapest ticket. To go to watch a regular season game between the Fever and the Aces, $145. And, like, people are, like, it's now, Caitlin Clark has got people reselling WNBA tickets. And, like, Angel Reese is doing a great job as far as bringing people in. Like, she can probably get 10,000 people to come to watch her play basketball. Caitlin Clark will get people reselling to get into the 10,000s. There's a difference there as far as putting butts on seats. However, as far as just eyes on the product, which includes social media and everything, Angel Reese is a step above anyone we've seen. So again, both of them so important for the growth of this league. But in this game right here, it's going to be really interesting because Aliyah Boston had her best game of the season. She's looking better. She's still clearly not in the greatest shape, but the way the lineups worked, Coach Sides is getting the lineups better. I still think the long 2 stuff is ridiculous because it's just ridiculous. I still think she's a terrible basketball coach, but she's actually getting the lineups a bit better. She is playing Fagbenle more because she's the perfect player for Caitlin Clark, because she just runs. As soon as the rebound is secured, she just takes off. And Caitlin Clark will find people. Like, all you have to do is run as hard as you can, and Caitlin Clark will get you 10 points a game. Simple as that. If you are a big and you just run a straight line as fast as you can, you will get 10 points a game off Caitlin Clark. It's that easy. But they did look a little bit better in the half court going through Aliyah Boston. And she's going to score. The last time, I think or might not have been the last time, but one of the times they matched up last season, Boston balled out against Aja Wilson. Like, the two teams were neck and neck, and Aliyah Boston gave it as good as she got against Aja Wilson. Like, she was putting it up to her. And she's going to have to put it up to her to win this game, because Kelsey Plum, if you look at Kelsey Plum's shooting percentages, it's mad. She's shooting like 36% from the field, but 40% from 3. She's shooting terribly inside the 3-point line this year, but she is still shooting 40% from 3 and averaging 21 points a game. So it's going to be interesting to see who wins that. I'm not even sure they're going to match up to each other, but who wins that battle between Kelsey Plum and Caitlin Clark. But if Asia Wilson goes and drops 35 on Aliyah Boston's head, and Boston gives you 12, I don't think there's much the Fever can do. The Aces are probably going to win this game, especially off the back of a loss. And also, I think Aces have played 4 home games in a row to start the year, whereas the Fever are on a back-to-back road trip. Madness. Absolute madness. But at least the Fever are starting to play a little bit better. They're starting to pick it up a little bit. And there are a good few other games tonight. Obviously, Phoenix Mercury are playing against the Dallas Wings. Phoenix Mercury have the current, I'm not even going to say front runner for MVP because they played 4 games? 4 games? Kalia Copper's been unbelievable, but it's been 4 games. Seattle Storm are playing the Washington Mystics. There is no way the Mystics win this game. In Seattle, the Mystics are probably going to go and lose again. I'm surprised at how bad the Mystics are because, well, I didn't think they'd be this bad. They did draft well. Ali Edwards is a great draft pick. But still, they're not great. Probably, maybe should have taken Angel Reese there at 6. But, look, it is what it is. But yeah, either way, it is going to be a decent day for WNBA basketball. And honestly, it's a formality that the Celtics win tonight in the NBA. It is a formality. If the Celtics somehow sleepwalked their way into losing to the Pacers without Tyrese Halliburton, or with a 50% healthy Tyrese Halliburton, they stand no chance against what is likely Dallas, but could be Minnesota in the NBA Finals. But anyway, yeah, that's it. So what game are you guys most excited for tonight? I think I'm going to be watching the Fever game. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to watch a lot of these. I'm going to watch the end of the Fever game. I'm going to Leeds tomorrow, or I'm going to London tomorrow, to go and watch the Super Leeds, hopefully win in the playoff final. But, yeah, so I'm just probably going to wake up right before I go to the airport, watch the final quarter, catch up on what I missed in the Indiana Fever game, and catch up on what I missed in the Chicago game. Maybe spend an hour doing that and watching the last quarter and making some videos on those games. But at the end of the day, look, big day for basketball. And it is crazy how, in general, the WNBA is picking up. We're seeing it in a lot of situations that people are tending to stay. And discourse around the WNBA is huge. More so than just the 2 players. More so than just Caitlin Clark. More so than just Angel Reese. The talk around the entire league is picking up. So, as I said at the start of this whole thing, is that the more people are watching the league, the more people are going to continue to watch the league because, look, it's not a bad standard of basketball. There are people that will watch 12-year-olds playing the Kids World Series or whatever it's called. There are definitely an audience of a lot more people that will watch the WNBA, and it's proof that, it's happening right now. So that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.